Hey, LinkedIn and YouTube users, Francis here from EXA Systems. Hope you're doing fine. I have the pleasure to have with me Ron. He's a VP of Sales at STAYLINK. Hi, Ron.
Hey, how are you, Francis?
Not so bad. I guess
Good.
you're like most of the people and you're working from home. How do you cope with the quarantine?
Fortunately, a good number of us already work from home offices, both here in North America and in Europe. So for us, it's been fine. Not a lot of change. For our corporate offices where, most of our staff are and our developers, we were very quick to move them to working from home.
Right.
And, they adapted to that new normal very quickly and we never missed a beat. We've continued to, provide support and whatever else our customers and partners needed. So we're pretty pleased with the way it went, to be honest.
You're working from a company called STAYLINKed. Tell me about STAYLINK.
Yeah.
What's your market value?
Sure. So STAYLINK's been around about 30 years. We are a development company, so we develop software and we deliver software for terminal emulation, which is used in about 70% of the warehouses and distribution centers today around the world. Probably one of the most critical things that we do is we provide a solution that virtually eliminates drop sessions, which is a major concern for somebody who's trying to interface a mobile device back to, SAP or Oracle or some WMS system. We also make it very easy for companies to transition from legacy operating systems like Windows and even DOS to Android.
Right.
And out of the box, our software will take a traditional green screen, convert it to a touch-enabled screen on an Android device. We can create custom keyboards, we can create custom keys, because many of the Android devices today may not even have keys, let alone keyboards.
Right.
And we make that transition very simple and very seamless for companies. The beauty of our solution and our architecture is it provides you with a very efficient and secure platform.
Right.
And again, makes it very, very robust in terms of drop sessions. If a device gets dropped or the battery dies or a forklift goes out of range, as soon as you're back in range or you replace the device, you can pick up right where you left off.
It reminds me the old tech term from the Science Technologics days.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was with Scion back in 2007 when we made the decision to stop the development of TechTerm, and we partnered with STAYLINKed. And I can tell you, I was the president of worldwide sales and services. And whenever there was an issue, a severe issue, I would typically be on the one end of the phone call. I can tell you that the one thing I remember about STAYLINKed is even back then, which is we're going back a good number of years.
Right.
Whenever we installed STAYLINKed, it just worked. And we never, ever had a customer call to complain or raise issues with it. The product is extremely reliable. Remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
I know it's we're not storyteller. It's hard to say, but how do you predict the future? What's your take on the economy worldwide or in North America in the next 12 months, 24 months?
That is a challenging question, obviously, and I wish I had a really good crystal ball. What I would say is I think there's a pent-up demand. I think as companies work to return to whatever that new normal may be, there is a growing demand, I think, on companies to improve their efficiencies, their ability to ship on time, or even ship before you expect them to. The Amazon effect that people have spoken about for years is not only alive and well, it's actually been bolstered by COVID-19 to some extent,
right,
where, the demands on Amazon have been increasing.
Yep.
And I think from a competitive perspective, many companies out there are going to have to really step up their game to stay competitive. And we play a key role in that. I would say based on all of the activities we're seeing today, many of which are being worked on by people who are working from home, we see some good opportunities coming as people return to work and we return to some semblance of
right,
normal. I think from our perspective, things are looking, reasonable.
I know 2020 sounds interesting for you guys. And you were talking about interesting new development. Could you talk about them?
Yeah, well, as you know, we did develop a new product in conjunction with Zebra, and we launched that in, I guess, late November last year. Mm-hmm. And that's a product called Smart Tech, which is essentially meant to replace TechTerm. So there are many TechTerm users out there around the world who loved TechTerm, and it was a very good and very robust product. But of course, it hasn't been developed since 2007, other than some of the work that Zebra has done. But those customers have essentially not had a path to migrate from Windows to Android. So we worked with Zebra to develop Smart Tech, and that is now a path that customers can take to migrate from Windows to Android while maintaining the integrity of their tech term solution. So that's gone very, very well. And it amazes me when I talk to some of these customers and partners, how many companies are still running tech term and still running those legacy servers.
Oh yeah.
After 15 years. We've just announced a product called STAYLINKed IO, which allows us to communicate with and control some of the new automation devices that companies are looking to implement. Mm-hmm. Things as simple as ProGlove, have a handheld or a back of the hand mounted scanner with a screen. We can interface with that device. We can interface with the Zebra heads-up display. We've integrated autonomous mobile robots, all using our STAYLINKed IO solution.
Wow.
Beyond that, we're continuing to develop a data analytics solution, which will allow customers to not only understand where they are, how their devices are performing, how their workflows are performing, but they'll be able to actually go in and make changes and then measure those accurately. They'll be able to see what roadblocks or challenges might be in the way for their employees and help get rid of those roadblocks and smooth those things out. Network performance, device performance, workflow issues, that sort of thing. So Stay tuned. That's going to be coming out shortly.
So that's all the time we have, Ron. But just before we go, I have some personal questions people like to hear and see about our partners. So who's the boss at home?
Well, hang on. Let me take a look where she is. It's me, of course.
Of course. The next question is related to the first one. Who's washing the dishes?
Oh, well, thankfully we have a dishwasher for that.
Oh, so. Good save. Good save. Did you watch any Netflix series lately? And
we did. We just finished watching Shameless, which was interesting to say the least. And now we've started watching Ozark.
I heard about it.
Pretty rough series to say the least, but so far so good. Excellent.
Last question, did you wash your hands before this interview?
Of course, absolutely.
Of course.
I was going to wear a mask, but I thought that would inhibit the interview. Thanks.
Hey, Ron, just want to thank you again. Thanks for your time. Very well appreciated. So anyone you would like to know more about STAYLINK and EXA, please do so. Just registered and subscribe to our channel. Thank you again and hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Francis.